Hello and welcome to the Wednesday, April 18th edition of the Cluster API Working Group under SIG Cluster Lifecycle. Right now we are in the process of putting together an agenda for the day, and if anybody has anything they would like to bring up, feel free to add it to the notes or just jump in at any time. I was on the call last week. I will update the recording. I haven't pushed it to YouTube yet, so I will make sure I get that up and running after this call today, and I will update this recording as well. The first item on the agenda I wanted to bring up is over the course of last week, we were able to migrate to the new repository, github.com/kubernetes-sig/cluster API. There is a DNS short name for that that is in chat. We can get for you guys as well. And I was wondering if Chris, you or Rodrigo had any updates there. If not, just an FYI for everybody that we have switched both the code base, the issues, and hopefully, if not all of them yet, soon to be all of the open pull requests over to the new repo. Any questions or comments there from anyone? Rad.
Sorry, just to point out that check-ins are already going into it. The PR builders and everything are working now, so it should be ready to go for everyone to check in. And we should stop updating code in kubedeploy, and we need to go back and audit. I think one change got in that didn't get moved over, but it was just a small markdown change.
Okay. And then at some point, we should probably open up a pull request to either deprecate or remove the old code. I can open up issues for both of those. Let me just add a note really quick. Cool. Anything else on the new repository? Awesome. Next item, API server builder doesn't use cache wait for cache sync.
Yeah, so when I was looking at the replica set controller, and there you need basically two caches. So you need you operate on two resources. So you operate on the machine.
Hey, Martin, I think you accidentally muted your microphone.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Should we start from beginning or?
Yeah, if you could start over, that would be helpful.
Okay, so I was looking at the replica set code and the code that was generated by the API server builder, and there I noticed that it doesn't use any cache cache wait for what was code? Let me just see in the meeting minutes. Wait for cache syncs. So the problem is that when you want to operate on a resource like a replica set, you want to operate on the replica set events, and then you also want to have a secondary cache which will be for the machines. So when the machine is modified, you want to queue the appropriate machine set, basically. And unfortunately, for this entire mechanism to work, one thing should happen, and that is before you start any operations, all the caches for both resources should be synced. So, and currently this not happening in any of the code that is being generated by the API server builder, and it's not even in the vendor repository, so it's not using it. So this is a kind of a problem and a stopper for a replica set, for the machine set and machine deployment later on.
I'm just taking notes really quick. Is this a problem that we think we could fix before we run the API server builder, or is this a mutation to the generated code after we run that?
Uh, I mean, the problem is that right now we're using a shared factory, so a shared informers factory. I haven't actually looked into the details, but and the way the cluster the generated code actually goes through the entire process. Probably yes, but I'm not sure. Normally, this code should be generated automatically by the server builder, the API server builder API.
Okay, because I think we brought this up the other day where we noticed there was some changes to the generated code after the fact as well, and I think we kind of alluded to the fact that that was okay because we shouldn't really be generating this code very often anyway. It's kind of a starting point more than it's a needs to be reproducible, although happy to hear otherwise. In that case, I don't know what everybody else thinks, but maybe it makes sense just to update the code as is and get in what we need. Or we can try to backport that to pre-API server builder. Thoughts, anybody?
Well, it may be possible to fix outside of the generated code too. Like we can add another method somewhere and call it differently, but I think this is going to be more of a long form discussion and probably should be tracked in an issue as well. So if we could get one of those filed for this so we can discuss it and track it as it evolves, that would be great.
Okay,
or is there an issue already?
I don't know if there's an issue already. Martin, is there an issue that you've opened up for this already?
No. I would just I was planning to do, but first I wanted to discuss it here and then.
Okay, I agree with Chris. I think we should open up an issue, and we can start checking it there concurrently. Cool. I'm going to add an action item really quick for that. Good find. Thank you for pointing that out. Any other updates for today's call? I have a feeling this is going to be a super short call today.
I'm again asking about the state transitions.
What do you mean? Transition?
I mean for the machine, like the statuses for the machine. Currently, we only have I think none or what I don't remember, but I mean if you look at the machine controller, it should behave like a kubelet more or less. So it should try to, this my honest opinion, try to behave as much as close to the kubelet. And inside of kubelet, you have like for example, the pod is being restarted if it fails, and then there is a crash will back off and some other interesting states that can occur. I remember that someone from Google presented like some proposed states, but I'm not sure what's happening with this document.
I don't know either, and that's a good question because that's super relevant to the common code. Oh, and it looks like Chris is pasting in an issue there. But having clearly defined states should be something we should definitely focus on.
It doesn't look like that issue has been touched much, though, but we should be poking that and getting someone assigned to it to own that. I think Robert was the one who presented the proposed state machines. So we'll have to track that down.
Okay, any volunteers for somebody who wants to at least own getting their arms wrapped around this and figuring out next steps? Okay, I can take it. Let me add an action item. Okay. Anything else?
Just one last question. So in, I think, 2 weeks or even less, the KubeCon will actually happen in Copenhagen. So there will be the Contributors Summit on, I believe, on the 2nd of or the 1st of May. Yeah. Do you have a special gathering place or something like this?
So I had submitted, we brought this up a couple weeks ago, I had submitted a request to get a room that was denied from the conference organizers. We can do this slightly more informal if we want. We can try to find some space outside the conference venue or even like huddle somewhere at the conference. But I think it's just a matter of getting to the venue, seeing how many people we need and picking a place out. If we need a small amount of sponsorship to like buy folks some appetizers or some drinks or something, I can probably take care of that as well. Just real quick, how many people here are planning to be in Copenhagen? I know I am. Okay. So maybe kick off a thread to SIG Cluster Lifecycle. If we can piggyback with their stuff, that could be helpful if there's just going to be 2 of us. If there's going to be any greater mass, we should probably find a space to get together and just huddle and chit chat. Cool. I'm going to add that to the doc really quick. 1 sec. Cool. Anything else on KubeCon? Cool. I thought one more thing I wanted to bring up that happened since last week, just to get folks' thoughts on it. Karan had submitted both the proposal last week as well as an email to the SIG requesting a new repository for this new tooling. I think the email is probably still the best place to track this for now, but wondering if folks had any strong opinions or concerns about the direction of the proposal and possibly getting a new repository for this new tooling. Okay. Again, I think the email is probably the best place to follow up on this, but if at any point the working group can help folks out in any way, we're here to do that.
I had one question that's not on the agenda. Was I remember Craig had a PR out for the generated code. I was just wondering if that he planned on migrating that to the new repo, or someone else should take up that effort.
I am here, so I could speak to that. Yes, I can plan to move that to the new repo. I've just been bogged down in the last couple of days on other work that I need to get done. So I would imagine that I'll try to land that in the next day or 2.
All right, no problem. I just wanted to know if you were planning to get to it at all or not, because if not,
yeah, I put that in the comments. It may have not been clear though. So yeah, I will move it to the new repo and rebase whatever I got to do to get it there.
All right, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Do we have a link to that PR? I can add it.
You got it.
Yeah, I'll add it after the fact. No big deal. Anything else from anyone while I look this up? Going once, twice. All right, super short call, everybody. Looks like Rodrigo. Nope, just kidding. Super short call. See you guys next week. Bye.
See you.